couple weeks ago, I promised a DIY on the computer plate. It's time to build one. We're gonna make this a little bit quicker than some of my previous DIYs because it's not that hard. And to be honest with you, I don't wanna insult your intelligence. You guys can do this. It's pretty simple. You're gonna see, if you stick around to the end, all the upcoming DIYs, this is the last bit of DIY parts and supplies that I'm probably gonna buy for a little bit, at least until I find another job. And, all right, let's get started. Whoa, I can actually see clear. Kind of weird. We're just making computer plates. All right, the first thing we want to do is we want to make a template. So we're gonna have some cardboard. I have this cool tool, and what this tool does is allows you to make shapes, and then you lock it into place and you can use it. And we're gonna have a marker of some sort or a pencil, whatever you got laying around. We need a drill, we need a jigsaw, we need some drill bits, some screws, because our computer plate's a little bit different than the one that you can buy, and I'll show you how. All right, while we're doing this, we have to do this. We first come in here and we figure out, kind of about where the line is here. And we push this down, get it in place, but you'll see that it's not like 100% perfect because these things aren't as long as that is deep, but you get the shape. Because I know that that is the shape of the hole, if I go straight, it's not gonna work right, but I know that this is the general shape, so I'm going to do that right here, and I will draw my shape right here. Try not to mark up my cool tool too much, but if it does, it doesn't matter because this is its job, this is what it does. But I want to get it at the bottom angle. If you notice, there's this angle here, then there's this angle here, or edge side. I go with the inside angle, and that's because I can really trace it better than if I'm just trying to trace around the edge. I might do this with my pen or pencil. I got one side, I come back, unlock it, put it back. Now I try to get around the same amount, and I do the same thing on the, oops. Let's go ahead and put it in the right way. Put it in the right way like that. And I get it about the same. And then I push it down here. And then I come and I do the same thing. And then I lock it in place. And once it's locked in place, it ain't gonna move. And I come on to the other side. And now what I'm gonna do is try to line it up. That's what I have this on. We know that we want 12 inches on center. And if we go to the edge, it's going to be about 15 and a half. But if we look at the center of this one right here, and the center of this one right here, and we go 12 inches on center, so all we have to do is really go pick our center spot on this one, put it down, lock it down, get out of the way. There we go, 12 inches on center, and we'll go right here, give or take. That's 12 inches. If I drew this all the way, I should probably do that just for comparison to make sure that it's looking a little symmetrical overall. Same thing with here, because what happened is here I kind of fell off and I didn't bring it all the way out. And you want to make sure it's the same, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect because of how we're building this. It does not have to be perfect. You can mess it up a little bit. You can make it look a little uglier than you want. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just gonna do this. I'm not even gonna show you all of it. You guys are smart enough to figure the rest out. But you wanna get your spot here where it's going to go up into the hole, the roof of the hole, if you will, okay? And that's gonna be the top of your template. The one thing I forgot that you need to have is some scissors. You got to draw out the rest of this, right? So we're going to draw it up. Boom, 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 boom. So again, doesn't have to be perfect. You can use a knife if it works better, because these scissors, are not always the best, especially with cardboard. Depending on the scissors you have, you can also take, these are transformer scissors too. Look at that. And then you can take this. Since we have a cutting board here, let's go ahead and use it. We're going to take this and we're just going to slice it around. Now the general shape of the bottom. We want to make sure that fits. Man, that is pretty close. If anything, The only issue that we would need is to bring this up a little bit. It's kind of sitting on this, and this is a little bit higher. But again, I want a little bit of space, and I'm gonna show you why in a few minutes. Assume that I went ahead and drew the other part. I would put that up there too, just like I did with this one right here. Now you'll see that this isn't perfectly symmetrical on the top or the bottom, but when I put it into place, it fits in pretty well. And that's what I use for my template, and that is a perfect fit for what and how we're going to do this. You want to make sure that it can go all the way up in there and you have enough space when you're talking about this right here, because this has an angle. It does that on the inside too. So when you have a thicker computer plate, if you don't give it enough space on the two edges and you don't cut that angle, it's not gonna fit right. Now we have this $7.50, whatever it cost me, NSF cooking sheet, cutting board. It's color coded. They have other colors, but guess what? They cost a little bit more money. I'm always trying to save money, try to save you guys money. And speaking of saving money for you by spending money, which helps me get money, if you click the affiliate links in the description below. I do have all these parts as much as I can find on Amazon affiliates. Go ahead and check them out. You'll see that this is wider than the cutting board. Guess what? That's okay. We don't need this wide of a cutting board. Okay, or this wide of a, this is just a template for the bottom and for the top. The side stuff, it doesn't matter. You don't really need all that. If you wanted to, you could get a, you could probably go that way and cut it if you wanted it wider because of how we're doing it. But you want to make sure that you line it up like that, and that way you have enough space in here to fit up in there. We're going to go ahead and cut this real quick. Watch. Bam, look at that. Look at that fast cut. All right. This is how I put mine together. And you can see this right here. This is why you don't want it to be exactly to scale. You don't really need it. It's okay if it's a little bit smaller. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit smaller on this way, because you're gonna fit everything you need depending on how and what. You know, see I have this little platform here. That's that extra piece that I was talking about, because what we're gonna do is take this and make a platform, and this is gonna hold my battery box that I put into the hole. Friendly tip, put some Vaseline around your nozzle of your goop, or you will be like me and probably, oh no, we didn't ruin it, having to get out the wrench to take this apart. So I see all the holes. That's like Swiss cheese. You can put more holes. The more holes you put, the less rigid it's gonna be though, so be careful. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this into here and really just kind of goop it all together. And so that way it's glued into place. Then we'll take this tape and we will put it here. And be careful on this. You don't want to push out all this goop right now. The other thing you can do if you want is put a little bit of goop into here, so that kind of holds it in place as well. The computer plate sits on the stern side of the hull or the kayak. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's up in these slots. Again, one of the things I want to point out is make this wide enough. Make this area right here wide enough to fit in between here, or put the slants. I just made it a little wider because it's just a little placeholder. And I put that up in there, and then I set that there. Now, because I have the pool noodle, it kind of pushes it up a little bit, and you can see it sits there pretty good. Then I add this right here to here. Make sure that all of my cables are not covered up. Put the pool noodle in first, makes life easier. And there we go. We put the pool noodle up against the, up against the stuff down here. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that. Up against the phone. We don't want it pressing hard because we don't want to mess up that. We don't want it to get break. We don't want to push it, make it loose. go ahead and do this. Get these in place. I love these little knobs. Check these things out. Got them on Amazon. I actually got a pack coming in because I'm using this on the throne as well, which I will kind of go over and highlight at the end. Well, in about a minute, maybe 30 seconds. You don't have to go anywhere. It's coming soon. Some of the ways to make this prettier: use a piece of HDPE. Use a piece of HDPE or a different color cutting board. Maybe use another cutting board here. That's what that extra one was for, is to make a wider base frame. I just did not, I just didn't cut it up because I had this one around. I got this, the 2-piece for like $5 at Big Lots. It was going out of sale and I seen it. So I was like, heck, we got the cutting board. We got another cutting board. Let's just make it a cutting board system. And now I put this in here and I push down. Now this is a funny one. I don't know how to say this, so I won't. I'll let you guys decide. How do you pronounce that? Put it in the comments below. And yeah, is it not happy with AI? Is that what it is? I don't know. Some people aren't, maybe they're not. But here we go. Look at that, that is going nowhere. That's not going anywhere. Then what we do is we just tie this up. We have this here, it isn't gonna go anywhere. The battery's secure. We could put some terminals here with some covers. Like I said, I was gonna make a more slimline custom battery box out of some HDPE anyways, but you could make it at least this wide. I went a little bit more narrow just because I don't need all that much. I knew that I was just gonna have this. Make this wider, have your base here like this one is here, and have a side that comes out here and a side that comes out here, and then it basically has like a splitter, so you can have stuff on this side, you can have computer plate stuff there, computer plate stuff here. And you know, I traveled a little bit down the road, about 12 hours. We're gonna check it out. I had this in here the whole time. Everything looks good. I'm impressed. I love it. Hope you do too. Before with this kayak, the DIY potential for this blank canvas is only limited by your imagination. I promise you, if you stuck around, you'd be rewarded with the DIYs that we're gonna be doing. That's the DIY supply, day, drop, whatever. That's what this was. We had all the DIYs. And I brought out Captain Levi here to help go through it because he loves Christmas. He loves unwrapping some things. And although we don't have any wrapping paper out here, I'm sure we can get his interest on doing some things. The first thing what we're gonna do is not really so much a DIY. I guess it is in the sense that we have to, some of them we're gonna have to build something to mount it. But first things first, I was out, you can see right here in this video, is nighttime fishing. That's coming soon. Got a couple videos to edit. But this right here is a green light submersible fishing light. The next light I have is called the RV Zone. And it's in the shape of a heart because you know what? I love it. I think you might too. But what it has is, it has the different colors for the boats, the navigation lights you need. And due to the shape, it casts out a little bit farther. Let's see exactly what it looks like. Turn it on, and you can see we have fits sitting on the yak like this. We're gonna keep them wires apart. We're gonna have good spread for the lights. And at nighttime on the water, I thought, ooh, golly, that's bright. I think this is gonna be really good. I'm excited to try this out. All I have to do is make a mount for this. This is the simplest of the DIYs. It has these different lights. Now they're not as bright, but if you need something in a pinch, or if you're out and you just want to have some lights in case it gets dark, watch this. Obviously you want to raise it up because it's not going to be high enough here. But let's say you get like a little piece of PVC. You got some quick and dirty lights if you need them. Got this at Walmart, $7. These things are pretty awesome. You've seen them before, you're gonna like them. You haven't seen these before. I forgot I ordered these. The king has to have his throne. We got these big packs of these so we can put them in here and make it be a little bit easier, nicer, prettier, but also safer so we don't have these sharp edges. So that way if it does happen to fall, we're not gonna get cut up. We got a bunch of this extruded aluminum. I think you guys know what that's all about, but if you don't, we're building the throne. When is the throne going to be finished? I don't know yet. It's going to be a couple weeks. Oh, look at this, a box inside of a box. Gotta love it when Amazon does the little Russian nesting doll technique. It's just big long pieces of extruded aluminum that we're going to use along with the pieces that we already have, because I want everything on the throne to be 30-30, because check this out. Put that there, mount any yak attack attachments we want. And because we have the throne, it's gonna be basically a little bit as wide as the kayak there where the rails are. We're going up, we're going vertical. We could put lights on it. We could put spotlights on it. Spotlights. Huh. I wonder if I got any of those. Oh, got some more of these knobs. Again, this is great for the throne. I got new lights. We're making spotlights. These spotlights are gonna go on the back of or on top of the throne. We will adjust the height as necessary based off of, we can add extra poles to go higher. I've been thinking about building something that makes them turn, 360 degrees, either hand controlled or hand controlled or powered with a motor. Let's see, ooh, look at that. This one's a party light. I'm not gonna try to blind you. I'm also not trying to electrocute all of us over here. But we got white lights. See, white lights. We got flash, strobe, fade, smooth. We got green, blue, red. Turn up the brightness, turn down the brightness. They go up to 8,000. We don't want to be on 8,000 lumens the whole time because one, it'd probably be too bright, but also it will go through your battery pretty quickly. So we got yellow, purple. I mean, we got all sorts of colors. And turn it off. Look at that. You can turn it off with a remote. And these are supposedly marine. And the DIY that we have planned for this, not only do we have this, but if you remember earlier, we had that extra battery, the HAI. The reason I got two batteries, I have the one that hates AI, and I have the one that I always have had, the Eco-Worthy. I've had this Eco-Worthy for over a year, by the way. You can't go wrong with it. But I have to have one that powers the fish finder and the cameras, or just the fish finder and safety lights or whatever. And then I'll have the one for the spotlights at night, and I will also use it for the cameras during the daytime. I'm kind of surprised now because I thought some of that stuff was in this box. What do you think? Oh, another little Russian nesting doll. We got boxes and boxes. Ooh, guys, this is a fun one. This is one I've been waiting for, I've been wanting. This is a forward and reverse switch that goes with my remote. And this is supposed to be water resistant, waterproof. I'll show you that, guys, this in a little bit. This right here is the Vibor, I don't know how to say it, but it is pontoons. In case you're out at night or during the day and you just want a little extra stability for your very stable kayak. The reason I got this is one, just to try it out, just to do a DIY, see how it works and see if it's worth the money. Looks like you get a lot of nice straps. Oh yeah, you get the hardware, and then you get the nice, really tough, you can smell it, really nice and strong pontoons. I'm not gonna take them all out of the box because I'm going to put it like this until I get it on the kayak. I don't want to lose parts. Boom. We take this right here. Now, I've already taken my throne apart for now because I'm rebuilding it, right? But I want to show you something kind of cool and how this is going to work and why I am excited about it. I film YouTube channel. I don't know if you know that. You might have heard it somewhere. I don't know, but I do it on the water too. So imagine that we have our throne built. You envision it, visualize it, right? It's here, boom, boom. And we have our boomstick. Now this is my Panfish Pro, but imagine it's a boomstick and we start hitting rough waters. You see that camera? It ain't going nowhere. It's not moving, right? This throne, it's all in a good place. Now we take this off and see how much that camera shakes. That's a game changer. That's a true game changer. I don't know, it's a game changer. What else do we have? Ooh, I saved the best for last. I met this guy named John on Facebook. He had a pretty cool hand control system that I've been thinking about, but it cost so much that I was like, man, it's kind of out of reach, kind of not worth a DIY if it costs so much. It was like 400 some bucks. Tell him at John. Sent me the link, it was 175 bucks. So the system that was 375, 350, 400 before, every time I looked at it, 175 bucks. Now, it's not made for this kayak, but if you check out his channel, I'll put the link to it in the description. If you check out his channel, you'll see he got a pretty cool setup. He's on Facebook. He's in the XTR130 group. Go check him out. I was amazed. I didn't think it was going to work that well. It worked so much better than I ever thought. I decided, since he found me a cheap set, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And this is going to be the DIY to end all DIYs. Not really. I'll still do more DIYs. But this thing is slick. It is a cable driven, or cable steered, right? Hand control system that is made. Whoa, I got a Torpedo throttle mount. I didn't know that was coming with this. What else is coming in here? It is a Torpedo quick connect kit, but we're gonna make it for the NK300. I don't know what all's in here. I think this is something to do with the, yeah, the cable system here. You can see the cable, and then it transom mount maybe, because I do have to get a transom mount. So the reason this is a DIY is because this does not come standard and fit out the box to our kayaks, right? This is looks like a pulley, quick connect retract cord kit. Cool. Here's the handle. Now he made his handle a lot bigger than this, and I will tell you, his handle, and it steers, it looks like it's really good. And so I'll be interested to see how this one's gonna end up working, being smaller, but I do think I like the thought of his, which is a lot longer, which, that sounds weird. Let me try that again. I like the thought of his steering handle that is on his kayak that is a little bit extended in length, and he can stand because the steering level is up to here. It's like an airboat steering level, and it's up here, and he can do like this. Now, I don't know if it's out of the way of this yet. I got to find out, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, what else do we have? So this is the motor mount. Oh, okay, goes here. So the motor goes up through here, and it gets mounted there. So the NK300 will go through there, and you tighten it down like this somehow, I guess. And then you can use this to pull it up. That's pretty slick. I'm thinking that's damn slick. And then I'm assuming that this is through this somehow. I don't know. But this is how you steer it. So, oh, it sits on something. My fingers. You get some kind of transom mount thing, and it steers like this, because this right here pushes it and then pulls it, pushes it, pulls it. Man, this is awesome. I got some homework to do on this. Luckily for me and you, John has been so nice to put together a bunch of videos where he shows it off. I don't know how many videos, but I don't think he doesn't have a video where he builds it, but he does have pictures that he shows and shares on Facebook and all that. All right, everybody, that is all the DIYs that, oh, wait. If you guys notice that you have scratches in your hole, or you have a ding somewhere, or, you know, an extra screw hole that you didn't expect to find, you can get welding rods, which are just little extra pieces of the plastic the kayak's made out of, and you can heat them up and then fill in any kind of holes. Thank you, Bonafide, for sending me these. Thank you. Now, last but not least, is it DIY or a DIY? One of the things that I don't like about the NK300 and probably Torqeedo, some of these, is this reverse line. You have to do that, and I get why it's safer this way, but it's also a pain in the butt to, you know, when you're going to fumble for the cord and you got, so I was toying with the notion of making a motorized version, and I got this plug, now it's on, and then go off and it's off. Motorized plug, boom. I like it, and it's just a fun DIY that I think will be cool to try. And the coolest thing about it is remote control system. It is actually programmable, so you can have it in different modes. I just got to figure out how to do that. I just got it. You saw me just open it. The other thing is that this motor that I used for it, right here, this is just a little power wheel motor. It's strong enough to do that. And what I want to do is hook it up so I press go, it'll automatically shut off once it's down to a certain resistance. And then if I hit loosen up, it'll run for like a second or two, if that. Basically, push it, it engages, and then push it again, it disengages. And I think that we'll be able to do that relatively simply once I read some of these instructions, and we're good to go. And then that's gonna be pretty sweet. We're just hanging this from our PFD, and whenever we need to do it, we can hit it or whatever. But let me know, do you think that's a DIS or a DIY? Are you doing that? Because that's stupid. I think it's kind of silly, but I think it's also fun. Tight lines, everyone.